All right, it's time. Okay. All right, guys, those of you who did attend the grammar class, what time did you finish the class? How long did Kata keep you? Anyone?
We finished a few minutes ago.
Yeah, 10 minutes ago.
Okay. Yeah, well, sorry about that. But that was wonderful to have a native speaker talk to you. So I'm sure it was worth it. Okay, so that's why, so my colleague Ljilja texted me, at 3:18, and she said, oh, Kata is still talking, and then so we arranged for this class to start at 3:40, only today, of course, because, some of you were deprived of the break. All right, so it's really no big deal because we will have time. We wouldn't be able to check everything that you had for homework for today anyway. Especially because I actually want to wrap up the topic about transportation, traffic, traveling in general today. So we're going to do 3 short exercises that have to do with this very first, by far, the hugest topic in the reader, and then we will check whatever we can check from your homework for today, because today, as you know, is a very special day, not just because it's Thanksgiving, but because we are going to do our story retelling practice, the first one with me. You've had one with Dan already. So that's it. So that's why we need to set a lot of time aside for storytelling, which we're going to do in the second half of the class. Okay, good. So do you have any questions for me first? Do you have any questions about the midterm test, which is on December the 9th? Do you have any questions about those picture dictionary words? No? Okay. You may have noticed that I've already uploaded homework 6 to our classroom, so you can see what it is. And of course, the deadline is, as usual, Wednesday at midnight. Just 3 exercises, 2 exercises, I think. Very simple ones, again, related to food, food preparation verbs, items that have to do with all kinds of ingredients used in food preparation, items that have to do with cutlery, and so on. So you'll see. Okay, so can we first go to page 22, please? 22 in your readers. So again, we'll start checking our homework later when we're completely finished with the first topic, traveling. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, good. So are you looking at page 22 in the reader?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. All right. Exercise 5, the one with 3.
Excuse me. Your camera cut out, and I also think there's sometimes an echo coming from the side.
The echo cannot come from me because everything is switched off. My desktop is on, as you can see, because there are 2 of me in the meet. But, I don't have a camera and I don't have a microphone. So it's not that I switch them off and then, there's still some echo. I just don't have them with my desktop.
Okay.
And I'm using a borrowed laptop as a microphone and a camera. Okay, so you're looking at page 22. So again, let me remind you that all the exercises from the reader that are not picture dictionary pages and that are not the final topic, which is British versus American English. So all the other exercises have been taken from a British, not one, but from several British English course books. So, okay. So some American English words will be different from those that we're going to do now and that we're going to see in exercise 5. All right, so look at the first picture. This is the front of the car. There are numbers, there are lines taking you from the number to a particular car part, and there's a horizontal line on which you're supposed to put the letter that you think corresponds to that particular car part. Znači, vidjet ćete neke od ovih linijica su malo nesrećno i gusto stavljene, pa možda nije baš savršeno jasno za par njih na što se misli, but let's do it together. Okay, so would you like to start with, I think let's start with the words. I think that's safer. So word A is a bumper. So where's a bumper? So the first picture or the second picture? Yes, Igor.
Well, it could be on both of them.
Yes, but it's not marked on the second picture. So in the first picture, it is number 9. Znači vidite ovu kosu crtu što ide levo, pa onda imate horizontalnu pored devetke, na tu horizontalnu treba upisati A. Okay, all right. So guys, how about you just typing in the number in the chat? Would that be okay? Instead of turning off your, turning on your microphones, because that's how we'll save some time. Plus, hopefully there won't be any echo, or as little as possible. Okay, what is B? Headlight. What number is it? Headlight. Headlight is actually, okay. Headlight is number 7. So it's the one on the right. Number 7. Yes, the one on the right. Okay. What's number 6 that someone mentioned? I don't see anymore who it was. So number 6 is on the side of the headlight. So it's the side light. It is C. Exactly, it is C. Okay, what's D? Number plate. It's in the second picture, so 15, good, very nice, you're good. Okay, where is an indicator? It is 8, number 8, good, in the first picture, of course. That's an indicator. So you indicate whether you're turning left or right, okay, or whether you're just staying put. So you switch on all 4 indicators. Okay, now this is a typically British word, F, bonnet. Bonnet, that is number 2. Yes, Igor, you're very fast. Good for you. So that would be bonnet. Okay, do you happen to know the American English word for this? Anyone? Ah, good, very nice. Yes, hood, the hood. Okay, so that would be American English, all right? So we should know these pairs. So this is the first pair that we should know, British and American. So bonnet and hood. Okay, G, windscreen. Where is the windscreen? What number is it? It's in the first picture, and this is a bit confusing because it's shaded. Yes, it's number 4. It's number 4. I see that. Good for you. Okay, where's a windscreen wiper? There should be 2 of those in the front. Some cars have them in the back. Yes, that's number 3. Okay. Wing, which is like the side of the car above the front wheels on both sides. So the wing is number 1. Number 1, yeah. To je recimo jedno od tih slika. Znači vidite, ide kosa linija ovako skroz na gore, pa onda ide horizontalna, desno od broja 1 i gore na tu horizontalnu. Tako su ove knjizi planirali da upišemo I. Okay, then J, wing mirror. So it's the mirror on the side. Okay, it is number 10. You're right. What about the aerial? Where is it? This one is kind of tough. So yes, it is number 10. It is number 10. Okay, it is number 10. All right. No, I'm sorry. The wing mirror is number 10, but aerial would be aerial. In American English, it's called the antenna. Anyone? On a sheep. Yes, good. Alexa, number 5. Yes, it is. So it's on the right. It's on the right, the vertical line. So that's in American English, the antenna, or in British English, it's the aerial. So this is the second pair British/American that we should know. Okay, what about the rear window, which is L? What number is that? Yes, it's 13. Good. M, boot. What number is it? Boot. In American English, it is called the trunk. 14. Good. Very nice. Okay. Boot or trunk. So this is the third pair that we should know, British and American. And rear light. Again, that's the second picture. It's number 11. Good. And the brake light is number 12. Okay. Znači to je stop svetlo, takozvano. So again, no one will ask you to name car parts like this, to mark them in a picture, but you may be asked to name a certain number of car parts. You know, like 7 car parts that you see on the outside of a car, or 7 car parts that you see inside a car. Of course, a seat counts as a car part, a seat belt counts as a car part, and so on. So nothing difficult at all. Okay, good. Can we move on to the bicycle? All right, so what is A? Handlebars, what number is it? It is 5, true. Okay, pump, that would be number 4. You pump the tires with it. Okay, C, pedals, that's number 9, good. D, chain. Oh, this is messy there. It's number 10, but never mind. You know what a chain is, right? Okay. Where's the saddle? It's number 3. Good. The saddlebag, where you keep a bottle of water or a sandwich or whatever, your keys, your money. Saddlebag, number 2. Okay. G, mudguard. Mudguard. Number 1. So yes, so it kind of protects the wheels from too much mud, or sometimes it protects you from mud. Blatobran in Serbian. Okay. H, gears, should be 11. So that it's that mechanism that allows you to change gears. So it should be 11. Ali svejedno, znači ovdje se vrlo loše vidi, sad dalje 10, dalje 11, nema veze. Who cares? As long as we know what these bicycle parts refer to. And then the brake is number, so it's in front, number 6, good. The wheel, obviously, number 8, and the tire, number 7. This is, by the way, the British English spelling of the word tire. In American English, they spell it with an I instead of the Y. All right. Any questions about these car parts, bicycle parts? Yes, Ksenia.
I have a question for the last one.
Uh-huh. I'm listening.
What is it? The number?
The tire is number 7.
Uh-huh.
The wheel should be number 8. But again, so it's not too clear, so it doesn't matter whether you swap them. Although I kind of see that, yeah, the line in 8 is longer and it kind of goes deep into this black circle, which is the tire. So, and then, or the wheel. And then number 7 kind of just gets close to the outside of the black wheel, and that's the tire. So 7 should be tire, wheel should be 8. Any more questions? No? All right, let's move on. Okay, so there are two more exercises that I want us to do, and they are both on page 9, believe it or not. So I saved these two for last. All right, so we're only going to do exercise 4 and exercise 6. Exercise 4, so just a very small number of blanks, and we're going to, okay, so the instructions are fill the gaps with a suitable word. Please add /words, should be /words. Because most of them actually, well, not most of them, but 3 of them, no, 2 of them, sorry, require a phrase. Okay, so we're kind of going to do this together. Actually, I'm going to read and try to explain what we're supposed to do in a text like this. So this is an example of a very, very short open-close test. Remember what we said? What's an open-close test? An open-close test is a closed test, which means a text with blanks, in which the words that you're supposed to use in the blanks are not given to you. And you're only going to get this type of closed test in your exam, if we ever do it in a classroom, okay? So again, I'm reminding you of the fact that if we ever, get to do a regular exam, meaning in a classroom, then we're going to have a test that will consist of exercises like these that we use for practice, or like these that we have in the reader. Okay, so a closed test or closed tests, that would be one of the major parts of this exam. So sometimes in a closed test, you will actually have the definition of the required word or phrase in brackets to the right of the blank. Ste me razumeli? Znači, imat ćete nešto što liči na dictionary definition of the required word or phrase. And this is an example of such a closed test. Okay, so let's try to do it, and you'll see how it works. People who live in large towns often like to leave the place where they live at weekends or in the summer and enjoy who cares what. We're just interested in the first blank now. Actually, this is a pretty bad copy, but this used to be two lines, 2 little lines. So that's why the instructions fill the gaps with a suitable word, are originally right and correct. But yeah, so never mind. So people who live in large towns often like to get away. So this is a phrasal verb whose meaning is to leave the place where they live or where you live.
I have a question. Could it be get out at weekends?
Okay, so get out would primarily mean to leave the house or their apartment. But okay, to get away means to leave town, to go somewhere else, for the weekend, or, just for a day or for a few days, or for a full holiday, like 10 days, 2 weeks, yeah, to get away. And that's why I'm sure you've heard the noun getaway.
Yes.
Yes. So that is a very popular getaway. I'm sorry, Luca?
An exclusive getaway resort, for example.
Exactly. Where you can go and unwind and have a really great time. Okay. So I'm sorry, the sound that you heard is me plugging in my laptop. Okay, so this is how it works. So here we need the phrasal verb to get away. So at weekends or in the summer, and enjoy the 3 words, which are supposed to mean, so it's a phrase, it's a set phrase, and the set phrase is supposed to mean calm and tranquility of the country. In Serbian, we would say mir I tišina. So enjoy the peace and quiet. Peace and quiet. Would you like me to write this down for you? Let me find this. Okay. Peace and quiet. There it is. So it's a phrase, and we should know this phrase. So if we ever have a regular type of an exam, then this may be one of the targeted phrases. May I go on? Some people just like to put their something up, which means to relax and do nothing. You've seen this primarily in American movies and series, you know, when some big boss in an amazing corner office literally puts his feet on his desk, right? So yes, Natalia Krstić.
Yeah, I wanted to say put their feet up.
Yes, exactly. So why do they literally put their feet up? To relax, or to show everyone else how relaxed they are, and how relaxed they are, for example, in a stressful situation, meaning they are in charge and so on. Okay, but figuratively or metaphorically, you put your feet up, which means that you don't physically put your feet up, but it just means that you relax. There's another phrase, to let one's hair down. You let your hair down, so you relax. You enjoy yourself, you don't do anything. Okay, and occasionally go for a something, which means a slow, casual walk. Yes, Igor?
Stroll.
Exactly, a stroll. Okay, I'll write it down. It has a double L, so that's interesting. So it doesn't get a double L when you, for example, add ing to it. But it already has a double L at the end. So the infinitive itself is spelled with a double L at the end.
Sorry, you missed an R.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you. Okay, is it good now? Stroll.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Igor. Thank you. All right. So occasionally go for a stroll, while others enjoy long walks, often hill walking. Luka Ilinčić, izvolite.
Hitchhiking?
No, just kind of hiking. Okay, hiking. Yeah. Okay, hiking.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Hiking. So hitchhiking is, hoping that a stranger will give you a ride. Hiking is going for long walks, very often in rough terrain, and so that would be hiking.
Yeah, I mixed those two up. Yeah.
Sorry?
I mixed those two up, yeah. Thank you.
Okay, Igor, you raise your hand.
Would hikes be acceptable?
While others enjoy hikes, yes, that's okay. Across hills and valleys, yes, very nice. That would definitely be perfectly fine.
Yeah,
yes.
I see. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Is this your hand from before, Igor?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
okay. All right. Okay, good. So these are long walks, usually over rough terrain, but that's not like mountain climbing. No, you can climb mountains if you're practically a professional or a semi-professional, and you need special equipment, and it's a dangerous sport. Hiking, could be. So the worst case scenario is walking up low hills, let's say, or što bi mi rekli, šetanje u prirodi ili tako nešto, znači nekim utabanim, jednostavnim stazama, nenapornim. Yes, Luka.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, a musician I follow recently, a few months ago, had an accident while mountain climbing, and he almost died, but he ended up just getting away with his life, and a relatively serious leg injury. But they had to cancel their tour and everything, so that's pretty dangerous.
Well, he was a naughty boy. He was doing something that he was not supposed to do. He was probably...
He is a semi-professional, but yeah.
Oh, he is a semi-professional. Then okay. Let's wish him a speedy recovery. Okay. All right. But I guess he's learned his lesson, so maybe he'll be more careful next time, or he'll just stop doing it altogether. Okay, guys. So we just have a few minutes for the next exercise, which is exercise 6. So this is an example of a really long, well, not very long, but, of a sizable closed test. Of course, again, it's an open-closed test. So on this page, we have 2 open-closed tests. So again, the type of closed test that you will get in your final exam if we do it at the faculty. Okay, so here, as you will see, you may use more than one word in particular blanks. So I'll read so that it's faster because we really are seriously running out of time. Okay, and you help me. So, hi everyone. This is a postcard, as you can see. Hi everyone. I've been in Paris for almost a week now, and I'm having a blank, full stop, and then what follows is I. So it's barely visible. Znači, posljednja reč je iza tačke je I u ovom redu. Znači, to je već stajeća rečenica. Ali ajde vidimo prvi red. Hi everyone, I've been in Paris for almost a week now, and I'm having a... So put a word or phrase, whatever makes sense. Can you type this, guys? I think it will be faster if we type. I'm having a blast. Nice. So yeah, sure. You can use, I'm having a ball. You can use an informal word or phrase because this is a postcard. Or I'm having a great time. I'm having a lovely time. I'm having, yeah. Yes, a great time, Mattia, a lovely time. So anything that makes sense will be acceptable. Let's move on. I spent the first few days something, and then there's a dash here, but it's a tiny dash. Could be a colon, the Eiffel Tower, sightseeing. Thank you, Mattia. Sightseeing, yes, and Luca, good. I spent the first few days sightseeing. So dash or colon, znači čim ide nabrajanje, sightseeing je najbolje, eventualno može visiting, it's not such a lovely word, but it's quite acceptable, okay. And the usual tourist attractions, many places are absolutely something with tourists. It's the time of the year, I suppose. Absolutely wonderful, all of you, packed with tourists. Packed with tourists, znači prepuno od turista, vrvi od turista. Swarming with tourists, ko je to rekao? Swarming, Alexa, excellent. Lazar, crowded, it's acceptable. It's not perfect, but it's acceptable. Okay. So yesterday, I decided to have something round the shops. This is a phrasal verb, a look around the shops, a phrasal verb. So a look round the shops. And I bought a few. Now this blank can take anything that makes sense. So the most general word would be that makes sense. I'm typing. Oh, Matea, how come you're so much faster than me? Okay. All right. So I'll just sulk in the corner. Malo ću da se durim u ćošku. Okay, Matea, thank you very much. Yes, souvenirs. So that's a perfect word. However, you can put anything here. A few t-shirts, a few fridge magnets, a few shells, a few little figurines, or, you know, anything that a tourist would buy to take home, either to keep or to, you know, give friends and family, you know. So anything. Please don't say, I bought a few things. That is very, very vague. So try to show your vocabulary range. All right. But again, so this blank is here in this form on purpose, just to illustrate that there are blanks in which there are multiple correct solutions. However, also, you know this from your entrance exam experience. Please, if you have two words, let's say, in mind for one particular blank, never offer both of them. Never. Because that's risky. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Luca, thank you. Oh, they are lovely. So anyway, never put two words. Why? Because it may happen that only one is correct and the other one isn't correct or isn't really correct, and then you just don't get a point for that blank. Because if you offer us one correct word or phrase and one incorrect word or phrase, that signals to us, oh, this student is not sure which one is correct. So the student is letting us choose. Well, we refuse to choose. Here's 0 point for that blank. Revenge is sweet. Oh, did I say that out loud? Oh, sorry. I should have kept it to myself. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Luca, because I thought I lost you. Guys, I was kind of kidding, but not really. But I hope you've gotten used to my weird sense of humor. But whenever you're not sure whether I'm joking or not, feel free to ask me directly. Please do that. Okay. Znači, ne ide baš ovako priča sa osvetom, ali mislim da razumete zašto onda za takav target word that is offered, ne znam na srpskom kako da to kažem, zašto tu dajemo 0 poena za takav blank. Znači, naravno, it happens that both of the offered solutions are correct. Yes, good. Then you will get whatever number of points you deserve for that blank. But, whenever it happens that one is correct, the other one is incorrect, that's 0 points. So we count that as an incorrect solution. So don't do that to yourselves, okay? Play it safe. Znači, ako imate dve reči ili fraze u glavi, how will you choose which one to use? Well, if you're 110% sure that the first word is correct and 100% sure that the second word is correct, then use the first one, okay? Znači, u šta god ste sigurni da je tačno, koristite to. Ako ste bezbroj posto sigurni da su oba rešenja tačna, onda ćete jedno rešenje da izaberete jednom ozbiljnom naučnom metodom, nisam sigurna baš da je svi znate, ali ta metoda se zove eci peci pec. Okay? But it's always safer for you to choose one. Okay? And to write one. Let's move on. We really have to rush. Today I've been to a couple of very interesting art galleries, art exhibits, perfect, art museums, quite fine as well. So art exhibits, art exhibitions, može Stevane, odlično, art galleries or art museums. I got lost on my way back to the hotel. But it didn't matter because I discovered a really fascinating, now I'll have to rush, a really fascinating market with lots of little stalls selling just about everything from apples to antiques. The key word here is stalls. What's a stall? A stall? Luca?
It's a place where a specific seller sells a specific type of goods.
Right. So
at a market.
Yeah, it's exactly. Or you can have stalls in streets, especially when there are fairs, for example, or, huge holidays like Christmas,
yes.
like New Year's Eve,
So
if you have them in the street, they usually resemble tables or tiny kiosks. In English, they use the word kiosk with the same spelling as in Serbian. Generally, so a stall is anything from a table to a small shop that's open in the front in a public place. Like a postcard stall, like a fruit stall, like a book stall. Okay, tezga. Znači, ključna reč je tezga i ovde je a fascinating market. Igore, izvolite, ali samo...
Štand možda?
Pa može i štand, tačno, da, može i štand. Tezga ili štand, tačno. Ok, možemo dalje? I ate in the hotel the first night, but usually I go out, so another phrasal verb, and have dinner in a restaurant. The food is fantastic. I'm afraid I've something a lot of money. You help me with this one. I've spent a lot of money, but it's a great place and I've taken lots of photographs. To take pictures or to take photographs. Znači slikati. So you'll be able to see blah, 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 and so on. Why not, I'm afraid I've wasted a lot of money. So wasted is not good. Steven, sorry, Luca, for skipping you. You were faster, but
No,
you
that's okay. That's okay.
a lot today. Steven.
Maybe because she spent the money purposefully, so on something that she wanted.
Exactly. Yeah. She says, I'm afraid I've spent a lot of money, but it's a great place and blah, blah, blah. So she is happy. How do you know that it's a she? Because she spends money? Okay, just kidding. Yeah, but yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense that it's a she. I would agree. All right, guys, we're going to check today's homework next time, as well as the homework for next week. And I've already assigned that, as you already know. Okay. I would advise you to just go through the very short test about the balanced diet on page 50. So just go through it. You don't need to learn any vocabulary from this page, but just go through it. I hope you'll find it interesting. Now, you know how story retelling works. I'm going to read a story to you twice, and you can take notes, but bear in mind that this is not a dictation. If your story is not in your own words, but resembles the original story too much, then that cannot get a passing grade. Also, you know what you're supposed to do with your stories. You're supposed to upload them in the classroom as an assignment. You've already done that, right? Guys, have you done it? You've done it for Dayan.
Yes.
Yes, we have.
Good. Okay, so my assignment will be called Story Retelling November the 25th. And of course, I've opened it in my own classroom. I haven't posted it yet because I want to wait to read the story to you twice so that I can see exactly what the deadline for the story submission should be. And it should be 30 minutes after I have read the story. Okay, please, again, type it in Word, no PDFs, no mobile phones, and also if you don't have Word, I got an email from a student immediately after last week's class. He said that he didn't have Word, but asked if he could use Google Docs and then export the story as a Word document. So yes, but please make sure that you at least upload it as a Word document so that I get it as a Word document. Okay, that's it. So for some stories, we give you some vocabulary. Okay, so for this story, I'm going to give you 3 terms. The first one is a storeroom. So a storeroom is a small space, usually under a flight of stairs in a private house, with a door, where people usually keep their cleaning supplies, like, a vacuum cleaner and all kinds of brooms and brushes. And that's also where Harry Potter used to live. If there are any Harry Potter fans, then you know where he used to live. Yes, exactly. So that's a storeroom. Okay, and then look at this, meter. So this sounds like the American English spelling of 100 centimeters, but it isn't. So this is the only spelling used in both British and American English if we're talking about a device or an instrument that measures something. For example, a taximeter, a speedometer. Imali smo već speedometer in a car, on the dashboard of a car. Okay, znači meter, bilo koji uređaj koji meri nešto, usually the consumption of something, like the consumption of petrol or, electricity. So here, the word meter is used referring to an electricity meter, strujomer. Mi kažemo strujomer. And then I'm typing. I'm still typing. Okay, the electricity board, okay, that is what we would call elektrodistribucija ili samo distribucija. Znači, please don't say the electric distribution because to bi bio engleski po vuku, znači to nema veze. The electricity board, to bi odgovaralo našoj elektrodistribuciji. Okay, and you also know that even today, but especially in the past, in England, especially in smaller towns, they have, every household has their own milkman, even the baker who, bring pastry or milk to their front doors. Okay, so this is a story that has to do with something like that. Okay, so I'm going to start reading and I'll read it twice. You listen carefully take some notes if you want to, and then you'll type your storytelling. Also, please do not use any introduction of your own. Okay, nemojte ništa tipa, this story is about one person and we learned blah. No, and don't make your own conclusion. Like, the morale of this story is that people should never do this, but they should do that because they never know, blah, blah, blah. No. Why not? It's, first of all, it's not a requirement. Second of all, the more you write, the more mistakes you'll accumulate. And we're, as you, I don't know if you've received your grades from Dan already. Have you? I guess yes.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Okay, good. So yes, it's true that we kind of reward your good moves, but we also focus a lot on your mistakes. Okay, so you know, if you can play it safe, play it safe. There's no need for you to write a very long story. All right. And make sure you don't use any direct speech. So direct speech is not allowed. All right. There's not much direct speech in this story because it's the first one. Okay, I'll start reading. After her husband had gone to work, Mrs. Richards sent her children to school and went upstairs to her bedroom. She was too excited to do any housework that morning, for in the evening she would be going to a fancy dress party with her husband. She intended to dress up as a ghost, and as she had made her costume the night before, she was impatient to try it on. Though the costume consisted only of a sheet, it was very effective. After putting it on, Mrs. Richards went downstairs. She wanted to find out whether it would be comfortable to wear. Just as Mrs. Richards was entering the dining room, there was a knock on the front door. She knew that it had to be the baker. She had told him to come straight in if she failed to open the door and to leave the bread on the kitchen table. She thought, I don't want to frighten the baker, so I'll hide in the storeroom under the stairs. She heard the front door open and heavy footsteps in the hall. Suddenly, the door of the storeroom was opened and a man entered. Mrs. Richards realized that it had to be the man from the electricity board who had come to read the meter. She tried to explain the situation, saying, "It's only me," but it was too late. The man let out a cry and jumped back several steps. When Mrs. Richards walked towards him, he fled, slamming the door behind him. Okay. Once again? Może? Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right. After her husband had gone to work, Mrs. Richards sent her children to school and went upstairs to her bedroom. She was too excited to do any housework that morning, for in the evening she would be going to a fancy dress party with her husband. She intended to dress up as a ghost, and as she had made her costume the night before, she was impatient to try it on. Though the costume consisted only of a sheet, it was very effective. After putting it on, Mrs. Richards went downstairs. She wanted to find out whether it would be comfortable to wear. Just as Mrs. Richards was entering the dining room, there was a knock on the front door. She knew that it had to be the baker. She had told him to come straight in if she failed to open the door, and to leave the bread on the kitchen table. She thought, I don't want to frighten the baker, so I'll hide in the storeroom under the stairs. She heard the front door open and heavy footsteps in the hall. Suddenly, the door of the storeroom was opened and a man entered. Mrs. Richards realized that it had to be the man from the electricity board who had come to read the meter. She tried to explain the situation, saying, "It's only me," but it was too late. The man let out a cry and jumped back several steps. When Mrs. Richards walked towards him, he fled, slamming the door behind him. All right. So, guys, from this moment on, you have 30 minutes to retell the story. And, okay, so let me also tell you something. So I have recorded the names of the people who were present, who were listening to the story. So I will not accept the story from anyone who is not on this list in the Google Meet. Okay? So without me, and there are two of me, two me's, so there are 36 of you. So I'll expect 36 stories. Okay, so good luck. It's 4:25. So the deadline would be 4:55. Okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck. I'll switch, okay, I'll switch off my microphone, and I've just activated the assignment, okay, where you will upload in my classroom. Someone sent a message. How do we send this? Alexa, you upload it into the classroom, just as you did for Day and Story. And, you know, as I've already said, I've just activated this. It's called Storytelling November the 25th. And now you have the deadline. I'll stop talking. I'll switch off your mic. If you have my mic, if you have a question, turn on your microphone and ask me your question. All right, good luck. You may leave the meeting if you want to. Yes. If not, you can stay. I'll be here until 5, until 5.